blick. Fuck watching for the option, be the cops to get you hit. I just right up off the porch, mama said stay up out the mix. Niggas up when I was broke, they left me down on my dick.
All right, what's up, everyone? It's Jameer with the journalism, and no, I'm not a journalist, but I got that journalism presented to you by As the Culture Terms. Now, before we get into everything, make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel and that you hit that notification bell to stay tuned for more content just like this. All right, so I wanted to talk about the Nicki Minaj and SZA back and forth, or should I say more so Nicki, bullying and continuing to harass SZA. All right, so as y'all know, it's been about 3 days now since this whole situation started where, Nicki Minaj responded to something that SZA had put on X in regard to Mercury retrograde. So today, I'm happy that SZA responded because you should not let nobody continue to bully you and to discredit what she has accomplished so far as an R&B or just as a singer in general. All right, so we know that Nicki Minaj was making claims about, SZA's voice and started talking about the freckles that she draw on herself and that she's not really talented and, different things like that. She's downplaying this lady's accolades and stuff like that. So I wanted to put up on the screen because SZA did clap back today in regard to that. And what SZA has said, she has said this. My bad, I can't even see, it's all small. It say, Nicki, you absolutely know my music and what I contribute because you've asked for features twice to no response. In addition to rapping my lyrics on feeling myself, in quotes, cooking up that bass, looking like a kilo, LOL. You're having a moment. I'm not sure why, but be blessed. So she showed a text thread where it said, hey, it's Nicki. And they put Minaj, and she put, yeah, how are you? And she put, I'm good money. What's popping? And congrats are in order. And then Nicki continued to say, thank you. Is SZA recording right now? Got this hook I think she would be dope on. And then this is a thread between the manager and Nicki Minaj. And he put, yes, she happy into her album, send it. Then she put, okay, I'll send the hook first. If she fuck with it, I'll send the file to an email. Give me a sec. Bet. And then she sent the outro hook or whatever to that song is. So in response to that, Nicki Minaj started to, again, go on another rant in regard to SZA. So this is one of the rants she went on after SZA responded. She had said, not this one. I want to go to this one first. It says, I wonder if she know I turned down being on the Shake That Ass song for Drake. He wanted me and Sexy on it. I still have the version of just Drake and Sexy. I said I want to wait for Pink Friday 2 for me and him to do a Dricky song so it felt more special. Like, this woman has been trying to tell the world she wrote for Beyonce every other business day, it would appear. I remember me and Beyonce was going back and forth on the phone about that part of the song. He was like, you sing it. I was like, no, you sing it. She was like, no, you sing it. And then she continued on by saying, y'all, YB said with a straight face, yes, you can, in that context is draw. Then she put laughing emojis. Whew, Nicki is crashing out. And then it said, none of us wanted to sing those lyrics. B voice was already on it. I re-sang it and sent it to her, and she sent it back with her vocals under mine. Thank goodness. She also added her vocals under my third rap verse. G. Robertson gave me that song with Beyonce voice on it. Then B convinced me to re-sing that, cooking up the bass part. Oh, cut it out. Took the bitch 2 days to be coached on what to say and do next. These bitches have no identity. Can't think off the top of their heads if you pay them to. Lord, I don't know what the hell Nicki Minaj is going through, but according to all of this, it seems like very petty, and I'm really still confused on what the issue is or what issue Nicki has with SZA. So in regard to the song with Sexy Red and SZA, the Rich Baby Mama song or Rich Baby Daddy song, who cares? Like, okay, Nicki, you didn't go on the song because you wanted to wait until y'all did that song that was on Pink Friday 2. I forgot what the name of it was, and it was an okay song. It wasn't nothing special, but to me, I just feel like Nicki Minaj is like really crashing out because even she put this up and had put, is this that whole tour or is it her bro tour? So she's still going at SZA for whatever reason. And in this picture, you can see that this is a packed stadium for the GNX tour, who just sold out 2 shows in Paris, along with all the shows they sold out in America. You feel me? So it just feel like Nicki Minaj is being petty and that she is grasping at straws at this point because what is your real issue with SZA? Like, okay, we understand you may feel a way about this, you may feel a way about that. None of this makes any sense to me, and I don't understand why Nicki Minaj is tarnishing her legacy by bashing other women, and she has a history of bashing other women, whether it's Cardi B, whether it's Remy Ma, or at least she tried to bash them, Megan Thee Stallion, whether it's Lotto, then fell out with Ice Spice. You feel me? And the list just goes on and on and on. So to me, this doesn't really do any Nicki any good, and it's not really doing her well in the public's eye. Well, in regard to the Barbs, they're going to defend anything that Nicki do. When you spend your whole life defending what this woman does, I'm not surprised that the Barbs are actually out there defending what she does. However, to me, this doesn't add any value. Like, you want to do this, put it in some music, put it in the bars. What Lotto say? Do you rap or do you tweet? I can't tell. Get in the booth, bitch. Like, get in the booth. Put your music out. Because at this point, Nicki Minaj is becoming the female rapping academics. And when I say that, she is becoming someone who doesn't seem like she touched grass. She seems like she's in her house all day, tweeting on her phone. That she's on, Twitter Spaces or on Station Head, and she's just engaging with the Barbs, which is a good thing to do if you are, of course, trying to interact with your fans. Like, that makes sense. However, she only surround herself with them people, and those are not people that's going to hold her accountable and tell her that she's acting a mess. It's just almost like being around a bunch of yes people. And again, I like Nicki Minaj's music. I like her. I like her as a rapper too, but I don't think that. Well, number one, I'm not a barb. Never would be. I don't think niggas should be barbs. But I just think this is not doing her any good because the public is slowly starting to turn on her. Because I did find some comments online. So one of the first comments I see is say she need a new dealer. Her products make her paranoid or something. Allegedly. Yeah, I ain't say that. That's what the comment said. Next comment, it says having beef with SZA means your vibrational energy low as hell. And I agree. How do you beef with SZA? Like, SZA seems very unproblematic, and on top of that, it just feels like that Nicki Minaj is inheriting beef from Drake and Lil Wayne in regard to Kendrick Lamar. So it's like she know better than to go at Kendrick Lamar. And she know better than to go at Remy Ma because she definitely not going at Remy Ma or even Cardi B. You feel me? But she finds herself a new victim, it feels like, every single year. Next, it says, I'm proud of SZA standing up to her. I am too, because at one point I started to think like, damn, SZA, you gonna let this lady discredit you like that? And I understand she's on tour, so she doesn't have all that free time that Nicki Minaj have to sit at home and to be on X all day bashing her and the multiple other people she's been bashing. She's been bashing Jay-Z for the past, I could say, few months. And it's crazy to me because she's over here talking about a conversation her and Beyonce had, but then you're going at her husband at the same time. Like, it really doesn't make sense. And I think Nicki Minaj really needs to grow up because it really seems petty and it's not doing her any good. Like, yes, to her fan base, they're going to eat this up. However, to the public, you are literally looking like a crash out. This is the same thing that happened when Megan Thee Stallion went at her on the Hit song. She crashed out for like 3 days straight, and she's still crashing out. And how do you even get into a beef with SZA, who is a singer? Like, it doesn't make sense to me at all. But go to the next comment. It says, I believe SZA when she said she wasn't even talking about her. Nicki, you have a successful career, a husband, and a beautiful child. You should be happy as fuck, occupied, in the south of France at a beach club drinking a lemon drop. Damn, not a lemon drop. I agree. I don't understand why she is not enjoying the fruits of her labor. And if you are going to do this, at least like do a podcast or something. I don't know, but it seems like ever since Cardi B announced her album, that Nicki Minaj has been going on this crash out tour or whatever you want to call it. We got a couple more comments. Next, it says, "Why would wait?" It says, "Who wouldn't miss SZA? Baby, speak for yourself because I would be devastated." I agree. SZA is actually one of the few. I just seen it. It's SZA, Summer Walker, and Rihanna. They have gone into history for having the longest chart in albums by a black woman on the Billboard 200. And this isn't even SZA's most recent album, SOS, or the deluxe that she put out. This is from the Control album that is still charting till this day on Billboard Hot 100. Meanwhile, Pink Friday 2 been left the charts like last year. So like, what are we really talking about, Nicki Minaj? You don't have anything on the billboards right now, whether it's an album, to my knowledge, or even a song. So I really feel like Nicki Minaj's priorities is all messed up. Couple more comments. It say, I can't name a single song on Nicki's last album. Now, while I can say I enjoyed Pink Friday 2, my two favorite songs on Pink Friday 2 was Falling For You and the song with J. Cole, Let Me Calm Down. Those were my two favorite songs on the album. And periodically, I kind of play those songs. However, I find myself listening to SZA way more, whether it's Snooze, whether it's 30 for 30, whether it's Luther, or if it's even some of her older stuff like The Weeknd or, Love Galore. I find myself in tune with SZA way more. And for her to try to discredit SZA and make it seem like she is not a superstar in the making is really ass backwards because SZA is up there musically, I can say currently, with like, and when I say this, I mean like commercially with like Beyonce and Rihanna and hell, even you, Nicki, like she is up there and she has had number one long charting albums and songs that has been number one and everything. So I'm really confused on this whole situation. And I got one more comment. It says, I personally love SZA's music and can play her albums from front to back. That was very inaccurate. I'm sorry. I agree with that. So I don't really have much to say. I just think Nicki Minaj needs to get her focus back and she needs to get back in the studio or drop her music or do something. Like get a hobby because at this point, SZA is out there on a sold out stage every night and you're at home tweeting every night. I really don't know what to say. It just seems redundant. It seems counterintuitive for Nicki Minaj because it doesn't feel like it's getting her anywhere. But further, I don't even want to say blackballed, but it seems like she is blackballing herself. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do y'all think that Nicki Minaj is in the right? Do y'all think SZA is in the right for clapping back? Do you think that Nicki Minaj needs to like focus on her music and focus on what she needs to do to further cement herself as an icon? And what are your thoughts on her pretty much discrediting SZA? Like, what do you think about that? But as I always say, make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure that you hit that notification bell to stay tuned for more content just like this. And you can also make sure that you follow me on Instagram at Jameer with 3 underscores like you see right there. And as I always say, this has been Jameer with the journalism. And no, I'm not a journalist, but I got that journalism.